Hey everybody, this is Andrew from Practical Bible Studies, and this is actually my first movie review, and guess what? It's not a Christian movie, and I don't think anybody would ever consider it that. But I will say that it does have some interesting themes to it, and somebody who's a theologian or even somebody who studies scripture might see some interesting things that happens in this movie. So let me go ahead and give you a minor spoiler alert. I am going to give a few small plot points away, but I'm going to try to keep the main stuff out of this video. So the movie starts off with Joker talking to his therapist. It's a pretty common thing. It happens throughout the movie. And the lady is not actually like a psychologist. She's just a counselor or something like that, caseworker, I guess. And he's sitting there telling her that all he has are these negative thoughts about things. And when you look at his story, he's very relatable. And, you know, most of the people that are seeing this are not crazy people. And I hate to use that word, but that's kind of what they're portraying here. I guess I should say people with mental illnesses. When you watch the movie, you get this sense that it's trying to put you into the shoes of someone with a mental illness. That's a perfectly fine way to make a movie. It makes the character hit home harder. So in the first few minutes, something bad happens to the character named Arthur Fleck, and he's struggling with what's happened in his past, and he ends up kind of figuring it out throughout the movie. And keep in mind, this story is told from the point of view of the Joker, so it's not really reliable. From what you can see, he's clearly damaged, he has problems, and nobody is supporting him. He doesn't have a church. He doesn't have two loving parents, which is very difficult for a child to grow up without one parent, and especially one and then another one who has issues. I won't really delve into that. That's kind of spoiler territory. But he has an unhealthy relationship with his mom. A lot of this, and I'm not a therapist, but I can see why he has the issues that he does. I had to ask myself, at what point does he go from being Arthur Fleck to really being the Joker? This is an origin story, and he does go on a journey. At what point does he cross the line from someone who has a mental illness into someone who is evil? And one could argue that, well, he's always evil, and without Christ he had nothing. For me, there was one point in particular when I saw the transformation, when he finally snapped and became responsible for his actions. Again, I don't want to give any spoilers away here, but I think that a lot of you will notice, especially those of you who have dealt with evil before, you can see when it happens. And it really is tragic. So many times people with mental illnesses who need the church, they need loving parents, they just don't have it. And this is, to me, a failure of Christians today, because we don't support the people that have mental illnesses. We don't give them the time of day. We don't give them the respect, the love, the care, and really the compassion that the Christian worldview has. And it's really unfortunate that a guy like this, Arthur in this case, is in such a bad way, because if he had grown up with two loving parents, with a stable church environment, he probably wouldn't have gone down this path. Now, we can debate like Calvinism versus Arminian theology later, but this is human life. This is what happens. And whatever mechanism is behind it, whether it's, Satan leading him down the path or whatever, the fact is God has given us tools to use, be it pastors, counselors, any of these things. And people that have these problems need that support group, whether it's full-time care, whether it's just state-run health facilities, whatever. I don't care. These people need help. And the movie does a pretty good job about not glorifying his actions. Now, it does, and this is minor spoilers, but it does glorify it in his own mind, but not to the public. And I think that's the important thing to take away from this. Overall, the acting is incredible. Joaquin Phoenix is amazing, and it doesn't shove Hollywood liberalism down your throat. I would give this movie a 92%. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and you guys have a blessed day.